Happy Tuesday, it's Chris. Okay, on Monday afternoon, I'm getting right to it. On Monday afternoon, on Donald Trump's Truth Social account, a video was posted. This video included sort of a lot of, fake celebratory headlines under the idea that Donald Trump had won the election in 2024. And among them was the phrase unified Reich. That's right, you heard that right. Unified Reich. This is obviously directly tied back to the Third Reich of Adolf Hitler, the most famous Reich in history, although Reich generally just means a unified government in Germany, but we all know what the inference is. Okay. Donald Trump's campaign came back and said, look, this was a video created by an anonymous user that a staffer for the Trump campaign posted on Trump's Truth Social site, and he or she just missed the word. They didn't realize it, and it went on there without Donald Trump's knowledge. Fine. Excuse me. I have no reason to doubt that that's the case. The problem here, right, is the context. Things like this just keep happening. So you will remember back to a few months ago when Donald Trump started saying that immigrants were poisoning the blood of our country. That was a almost direct quote of how Adolf Hitler talked back in the run-up to World War II. Donald Trump was apprised of the fact that Adolf Hitler used those words, and he didn't stop saying poisoning the blood of our country. He kept saying it. He was asked about Hitler. I just want to read you this. He said, quote, "I'm not a student of Hitler. I never read his works. They say that he said something about blood. He didn't say it the way I said it either, by the way. It's a very different kind of statement. What I'm saying when I talk about people coming into our country is they are destroying our country." I think he did say it pretty similarly. Trump has also referred to his opponents as the Gestapo. Again, another Nazi-era Germany reference. There's a bunch of stuff like this. So if you go digging a little bit, not Nazi specific, but if you go digging a little bit, if you remember, Donald Trump was endorsed by David Duke, the former Grand Dragon of the Ku Klux Klan, during his 2016 campaign. He was asked about that endorsement and whether he renounced it, and he said, "I don't know anything about David Duke." Okay, I don't know anything about the Ku Klux Klan. Seems odd, but okay. When he was asked in a debate about the Proud Boys, a white nationalist group that was supporting him, he said, "Stand by and stand down. Stand back and stand by. Stand back and stand by," is what he said. Again, it's not a denouncement, right? It's not I don't want their support. I don't believe in their ideology. I think it's wrong. Do I think that Donald Trump is a secret lover of Nazi Germany or the Ku Klux Klan or the Proud Boys? I don't. I know there are people who do. I get it, but I'm not one of them. Do I think he plays with this inflammatory rhetoric that has really negative historical ties as a way to rile people up, trigger people, walk that very fine line? Yes, I absolutely do. Do I think that he always is doing this on purpose? I don't. That said, the unified Reich thing is not a one-off, right? Like, as I just said, and those are just examples I cited from the top of my head. There are more dabblings with sort of intolerant and hate groups. So it's hard for me to just dismiss. In a vacuum, the unified Reich thing, it's like, oh, probably should get rid of that staffer, right? Like, you gotta look more closely at the videos you're posting to the presidential nominee and a former president's main social media site, right? You gotta have a little bit more oversight than that. But we're not in a vacuum, right? We are in the full context of Donald Trump's life, and particularly his last 9 years as a candidate for president, and then again a candidate for president. And time again over that time, he has shown a willingness to sort of flirt with this kind of rhetoric and these kind of groups. there's a reason for that, right? I think he wants to keep people on edge. I think he wants to, he has effectively broadened out what is acceptable rhetoric and conduct. Like, you would never be able to do anything like this before, and now he's sort of broadened it out where it's like, ooh, but he did it. So is he doing it purposely? I don't know the answer to that, honestly. I would have to sit with him or give him a lie detector test or something like that. Like, it's hard for me to say, yes, he's purposely doing this. But what I can tell you is he's not condemning it, and it keeps happening, right? These isolated incidents aren't all that isolated. There's poisoning the blood. There's referring to your opponents as vermin. There's the Gestapo reference. There's the Unified Reich thing. There's the Ku Klux Klan stuff from 2016. There's the Proud Boys stuff. There's just, when you look back and you think about Joe Biden, there's none of that stuff, right? When I think about Mitt Romney, there's none of that stuff. When I think about George W. Bush, there's none of that stuff. Like, there is that stuff for Trump, and I don't totally know what to make of it. I don't think he is a secret racist. I don't think he's a secret Nazi lover, but I think he's willing to entertain this kind of rhetoric, and whether or not he knows the damage and implications done from it, there are damage and implications done from it. Right? So whether or not he's doing it intentionally almost doesn't matter, because he keeps doing it. And in keeping doing it, I think he is giving some level of comfort and support to groups and people who feel this way. And I think that's a problem. And I really don't think I'm alone in that, nor do I think that is a particularly partisan statement. So yes, a one-off, Unified Reich, I get it, can dismiss it as a dumb staffer doing something dumb. But look at the context. Look at the broader context. And remember, this is not the first time that Donald Trump has done something like this. And my strong sense is it's not going to be the last time. All right, that's it for today. Subscribe, like, tell 5 friends. Peace.